Hello students, this is the last video of chapter number 10, haloalkanes and haloarenes. In this I will discuss with you reactions of haloarenes. Okay, now as it is written, haloarenes show three types of reactions. First is nucleophilic substitution, then electrophilic substitution, and the third is reaction with metals. Now let's go one by one. See, the first type of reaction is nucleophilic substitution reaction. Now see the first point. Haloarenes are much less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction than haloalkanes. Okay, as we have seen in our last video that haloalkanes also show this type of reaction, and we have also seen two mechanisms SN1 and SN2, but in this case it is written that haloarenes are very much less reactive towards this nucleophilic substitution reaction. See students, the question comes for this why this is the case. Now see, this is due to resonance effect. See, if you go through your NCERT also, then there are 4 reasons given there. Okay, 4 reasons are given in your book also. I am discussing them right now. So this question comes in exam, and according to the marks you have to write either 2 points, 3 points or 4 points. Okay, so the first reason behind the less reactivity of haloarenes is resonance effect. Now what it is? See, the CX bond acquires partial double bond character in the structure 2nd, 3rd and 4th. All these are what? Resonating structures of haloarene or chlorobenzene that are drawn here. This makes the CX bond in haloarene somewhat stronger than in haloalkane. So as you can see, this Cl has lone pair of electrons and it donates these electrons towards the ring, as you can see in the first structure. So what will be there? There will be shifting of the bond. This double bond will shift, and here what will come between C and Cl? It will get a partial double bond character. So as you all know, suppose if I take the example of any haloalkane, suppose I write CH3Cl. In this case, what will happen? This bond will break very easily and any nucleophile, suppose OH, will come. And the final product will be CH3OH. But here if I take a haloarene, suppose chlorobenzene. This is chlorobenzene. Now as I have told you, due to resonance effect, here what comes? A double bond comes, due to which this CCl bond acquires a partial double bond character. This is the word that you have to write down, partial double bond character. And you know it that it is difficult to break a double bond in comparison to a single bond. That is why the haloarenes are less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. Now this effect in which this chlorine donates its lone pair towards the ring is known as plus R effect. Okay, this is known as plus R effect, resonance effect. Fine. So this was the first reason, which is resonance effect. Now see, let us see further. See, again the same thing that we are discussing is haloarenes are much less reactive towards nucleophilic substitution reaction than haloalkanes. This is the second reason. Due to different state of hybridization of carbon atom attached to halogen. In haloalkanes, the CX bond has sp3 hybridized character, but in haloarenes the character is sp2. Now how it is this? See students, again if I take the example of this haloarene, any X is there, and if I compare any haloalkane, okay, so what I have written, this I have written haloarene and this is haloalkane. Now if you see this, it is sp2 hybrid carbon atom. This is sp2 hybrid carbon atom. This X is attached to that carbon which is sp2 hybrid, but in this case this carbon which is attached to X is what? sp3 hybrid. Right. Now if you see in this sp2 hybrid carbon atom, there is more S character, and which is actually 33.33%, and in this case the S character is only 25%. Now because of this, the CCl bond length in this becomes shorter, and in this the CCl bond length becomes a bit larger. Okay, if you see the exact values, in haloalkane it is 177 picometer, and in this it is 169 picometer. So if you see, it will be difficult to break this bond in comparison to this bond. So this is the second reason. Okay, and sp2 hybrid orbital is shorter in length as compared to sp3 hybridized orbital of carbon. Therefore, the CX bond in haloarene is shorter and stronger than in alkyl halides. So this is the second reason that I have discussed with you for non-reactivity of haloarenes. Okay. Now see, two more reasons are there. If you refer your NCERT, two more reasons are there. Okay. As I have discussed with you, first is resonance effect. Second is difference in hybridization. And the third is instability of phenyl cation. See, if by chance we apply any drastic conditions and break this bond, right now I have said it is difficult to break this bond, but if we apply any drastic condition and break this bond, then what will be generated? A phenyl cation will be generated, okay, plus and Cl minus. This is known as phenyl cation. Now the phenyl cation formed as a result will not be stabilized by resonance, and therefore SN1 mechanism is ruled out. Okay, this phenyl cation will not have any resonating structure, so it will not be stable and there will not be any substitution nucleophilic reactions. Now the last, fourth reason, it is written that due to possible repulsion. Now repulsion between which two things? Repulsion between the nucleophile. Since it is nucleophile, then it will be electron rich, and you also know that these haloarenes are also electron rich arenes. These are also electron rich species, so there will be a possible repulsion between the electrons of the nucleophile and the electrons of the ring. So these are the four reasons behind the non-reactivity of haloarenes towards nucleophilic substitution reaction. You need to remember all the 4 reasons, right? Now see, this is the case, but under drastic conditions, the nucleophilic substitution reactions are possible. The first reaction is, this is chlorobenzene, okay, and if I apply the conditions like NaOH, and if I keep the temperature 623 Kelvin and the pressure is 300 atmosphere, and in the second step we do acidification by adding H plus, then substitution takes place and we can get phenol. Okay, so the reaction is possible, but we need to apply very drastic conditions like temperature. You need to remember 623 Kelvin and pressure is 300 atmosphere, right? So this is two-step reaction. The intermediate formed will be ONA. It is not required that you write this, so you can just write this reaction, right, and show the formation of phenol. Now students, this process is known as Dow's process. Okay, the term is not given in your NCERT, but you can write it down. This reaction is known as Dow's reaction. Now see, this is first condition, that we can change chlorobenzene to phenol, but we can also increase the reactivity of chlorobenzene towards this reaction by introduction of electron withdrawing groups. How? By introduction of electron withdrawing groups at this ring, and particularly at ortho and para positions, we can increase the reactivity of haloarenes, right? So what I am telling you is that we can increase the reactivity of this chlorobenzene by introducing electron withdrawing groups, like we can introduce either NO2 or COH or CHO or CN. Okay, now if I introduce suppose NO2 here, then see, the conditions get milder. Okay, NaOH and 443 Kelvin, the temperature is reduced and we can get the product. Okay, now as we go on increasing the number of this NO2, the reaction will be possible at more milder condition. So if I introduce one NO2 group here also, then this reaction will take place at 368 Kelvin. Okay, here the temperature will change and it will become 368 Kelvin, right? Second step, you have to do acidification in all cases. Now if I introduce one more NO2, okay, if NO2 comes here also, then the reaction will just take place by warming the mixture. Okay, here you can just warm the mixture and get the desired product. The product in this case will be 2,4,6 trinitrophenol. Okay, it will be 2,4,6 trinitrophenol, and this is commonly known as picric acid. Okay, this is commonly known as picric acid, right children? So see, it is written here, can be activated by the presence of electron withdrawing groups like NO2 as at ortho and para positions, not at meta position, right? example that I have discussed with you. Suppose in this case the temperature becomes lesser, and then if we introduce 3NO2 group, then the product picric acid is obtained just by warming. Okay. Now see, the substitution becomes easier with the increase in the number of NO2 groups. Okay, this is I have told you, right? Now see students, a question is also asked why it is necessary that we introduce NO2 group only at ortho and para position and not at meta position. This question is also asked. I have told you we can introduce the electron withdrawing group at ortho and para positions. And why not meta position? The answer is due to the resonating structures. You will see that during this process a carbon ion will be produced as an intermediate, right? See, suppose if I take this chlorobenzene, Cl, and at para position if I take NO2 and show the mechanism, the attack of OH minus, this is the slow step, and then we keep on drawing all the structures, then we will see that all the three resonating structures can be shown equivalent to this structure. This carbon ion will be produced, okay, and the positions which are at ortho and para only will be stabilized. This negative charge will be stabilized only when this NO2 group will be present at ortho and para positions. This you will understand when you draw all the intermediate resonating structures, that this negative charge of the carbon ion is stabilized when any of the groups are present at ortho and para positions. But in meta position, this NO2 will not be involved in the resonating structures. So it will not have any effect on the stability of the carbon ion, right? So what you have to write down, that as carbon ion is produced as an intermediate in these reactions, and this NO2 will help in stabilizing the negative charge when it is present at ortho and para positions, but when it is present at meta position, then it will not get involved in stabilizing the carbon ion. That is why the presence of NO2 group will show effect only at ortho and para position. Okay. Now students, let's move on to our next reaction. Second category of reaction, which is electrophilic substitution reaction. See, electrophilic substitution reaction takes place at ortho and para position. You must know that the halogen group is ortho and para directing. Now why this is so? This you have studied due to resonance effect, due to Plasar effect. The positions which are ortho and para become more rich in electron density in comparison to meta position. That is why the electrophilic substitution takes place at ortho and para position, because Cl group is ortho and para directing group. Due to resonance, see, it is written. You can see all the resonating structures, and you will see that here the minus charge is at ortho position, here it is at para position, here it is again at ortho position, right? The negative charge is localized at ortho and para positions only. The para product usually predominates over the ortho product. Now why this is so? You can see that in ortho there will be steric hindrance, but in para position there will be no steric hindrance. So if we compare ortho and para, then para product will be dominant. Okay, it is because of steric hindrance at ortho position, right? Now we will see all the categories of electrophilic substitution reaction. Okay. See, first is halogenation. Okay. First is halogenation. What we do? Here we have taken chlorobenzene plus Cl2, FeCl3, anhydrous FeCl3 you have to take. Now what is the role of this anhydrous FeCl3? It will act as Lewis acid and generate the electrophile. Fine. You must know that FeCl3 has empty orbitals. So what it will do? It will combine with Cl2. This FeCl3 will combine with Cl2 to form FeCl4 minus plus Cl plus. Right? So this electrophile generated will form the final product. See, this is 1,2-dichlorobenzene and this is 1,4-dichlorobenzene, and it is written that para product will be dominant, will be major product. Now see the second case, nitration. Here we will take HNO3 and Conc H2SO4. Now again, what is the role of Conc H2SO4? It will generate NO2 plus electrophile, right? As in this case, same in this case. So two products we will get. One is ortho, the other is para, and the para product will be dominating. Now see sulfonation, which will take place in the presence of H2SO4 Conc, and the product we will get again one major, one minor and one major. Para will be major. Okay, these were three reactions. Now one more reaction is there, very important, which is Friedel-Crafts reaction. We can divide Friedel-Crafts reaction in two categories, Friedel-Crafts alkylation and Friedel-Crafts acylation. Okay, when we introduce CH3 group in the ring, it is known as alkylation, and when we introduce COCH3 group, then it is known as acylation, right? And you have seen that it takes place in the presence of anhydrous AlCl3. Now what is the role of anhydrous AlCl3? It has the same role. It will act as Lewis acid and generate the electrophile. What it will do? See, CH3Cl plus AlCl3 giving out AlCl4 minus plus CH3 plus. And this CH3 plus will attack the ring and produce two products. Okay, this is 2-chlorotoluene and this is 4-chlorotoluene, and the para product will be major product. So in exams it comes either to write alkylation or to write acylation, right? Now in acylation the reaction will be CH3COCl in the presence of AlCl3. Okay, this will be the product 2-chloroacetophenone and 4-chloroacetophenone, and this will be the major product, right? So how many reactions we have seen total? One is Friedel-Crafts, and before that we have seen halogenation, nitration and sulfonation. So total 4 reactions we have seen. Now let us move on to the last reaction, that is reaction with metals, and in this case we will study only with sodium. Reaction with metals, we will see the reaction with sodium. The reaction is known as Wurtz-Fittig reaction. In this, what we have taken, 1-chlorobenzene and 1 haloalkane, chloromethane. What will happen? These two will react with sodium in the presence of dry ether to form toluene, right? This we have seen in haloalkane also. What will happen? This 2NaCl will be eliminated. 2NaCl will be eliminated and this benzene ring will combine with the CH3. Right? So this reaction is known as Wurtz-Wittig reaction. So you must know it very clearly that Wurtz reaction takes place with sodium in the presence of dry ether. And if we use both haloalkane, then it is only known as Wurtz reaction. But as in this example, I have used one haloalkane and one haloarene, right? I have taken this plus CH3Cl, and in the product we got benzene ring and here CH3, which is toluene. So this reaction is known as Wurtz-Wittig reaction. Okay. In Wurtz, both are haloalkane. If one haloalkane and one haloarene is there, it is known as Wurtz-Wittig reaction. And if I use both haloarene, then it is known as Wittig reaction. Okay, if I use this, then what will happen? Plus Na in the presence of dry ether, these two benzene ring will attach to each other, and this is known as biphenyl. Okay, this is known as biphenyl. Okay, dear students, I hope it is clear to you. Wurtz reaction, Wurtz-Wittig reaction, and only Wittig reaction, the difference between these three. Right? So, all the three reactions that we have discussed, nucleophilic substitution reaction, first we have seen that the haloarenes are not very much reactive towards this reaction. We have seen all the 4 reasons behind it. And then we have also seen that if we introduce any electron withdrawing group, then the reaction can take place easily. Second, in electrophilic substitution reaction, we have seen 4 categories: halogenation, sulfonation, nitration, and Friedel-Crafts reaction. And in last, we have seen Wurtz reaction, or in this we have seen Wittig reaction and Wurtz-Wittig reaction. Right? So I hope all these reactions are clear to you now. Thank you.